Morning drums beat loud and quick. Each strike calls the village to rise. Feet, hurry. Voices jump into the air. People shout over each other as the day starts strong and fast. Someone steps out, heart full of hope for a big interview. Breath sharp, steps steady. A long dream carried in every move. A cup waits in the hand. The drink goes down fast. No pause, no check. No second thought. The taste feels normal, but the hidden danger begins its slow climb inside the body like a snake waking from sleep. The path becomes busy. Sellers call out. Children laugh. Deals begin. But the one who drank starts to sway. First slowly, then harder. The ground pulls, the world spins. Legs shake. A heavy fall shocks everyone. Gasps rise like wind breaking through dry leaves. Neighbors run in from every side. Hands reach out. Wake up. Stand up. Speak. Their voices tremble. Fear pushes them closer. Some shout, "This is a curse." Others answer, "No. Someone did this on purpose." The arguments hit the air fast and loud. An old voice cuts through the noise. Calm, steady. Truth hides behind quiet shadows. The crowd freezes. Heads turn. No one knows what the words mean, but they feel heavy like rain clouds. The one on the ground moves a little. A soft mumble rises. Strange words slip out. Words that sound half dream, half warning. A shadow? Near the company. Breath shakes. Stay away from the papers. The crowd steps back. Eyes wide. Fear crawls across faces. Whispers start. What papers? Whose shadow? What does this mean? Through the chaos, a strong voice arrives, cutting the panic in half. Orders fly out. Lift now. Move fast. Hands grab hold. Bodies rise. Feet rush. The path turns into a river of fear and hope. The loud buzz of the market fades behind them. Only quick breaths and pounding steps stay loud. And the story shifts. The truth waits ahead. To know why the fall came, the voice of the tale says, we must return to the very start of the morning. The tale bends backward, ready to reveal the hidden thread behind the fall. Kenna stands tall, eyes bright, heart full of hope. She dreams of the big job at Macumba Trading. Every thought carries her mother's care. Every breath pushes her forward. A shadow moves, smirk, sharp, plans ready. Someone wants the job first. Calculations spin in his mind. Victory feels close. A loud voice cuts through the murmurs. Warning, sharp. Words strike like arrows. Be careful. Eyes widen. The village listens. Attention sharpens. A soft voice follows, slow and strange. Riddles drop into the air. Heads tilt. Minds pause. The path of truth is often hidden. It says, wisdom lingers. I must get this job for Mama's care. Words firm, strong, repeated in the mind. Hands practice answers. Steps are rehearsed. Eyes meet the mirror. Good morning, Madam Kiro. Knees bend. Words rise into the quiet night. Strength and luck prayed for, whispered into the darkness. A path blocks suddenly. Smile, sharp, mocking and cruel. You cannot beat me. The words stab. Confidence shakes, but not entirely. Another claim flies. I know someone inside. I already won. A jaw tightens. A voice rises. The best person gets the job, not you. Eyes meet. Words fly. Villagers watch. Hearts pound. Their whispers cut like knives. Shadows and light clash in every movement. Rumors rise, racing faster than wind. Paths buzz with whispers. Someone may cheat. The talk grows, twisting around the walls of the village. Hands wave, loud and urgent. Be careful, child. Another warning sharp as a knife. Jealous people smile with hidden teeth. Kenna's jaw tightens. Body poised. Mind ready? Nothing will break her spirit. Night drifts in. Eyes wide, tossing, turning. Sleep refuses. 2 pills are swallowed, mind hoping for calm. Hands shake, reaching. 2 more pills drop into a cup of water. Forgotten, unseen. Danger waits quietly, invisible, patient. Night passes. Silence heavy. The hidden trap waits for morning. Sun rises. Hope bursts. Dress chosen with care. Heart leaps. Words call from behind. Hurry. Do not be late. Confidence rises. Step strong. Every stride carries dreams. Yet unseen, danger follows. She steps forward unaware. Every move bold yet fragile. Toward the company. Toward the unknown. Trouble waits patiently, ready to strike. Eyes clouded. Mind lost. She wakes for a fleeting moment. Breath shallow. Words struggle to escape. Confused murmurs slip past her lips. Darkness pulls her back like a silent river. Voices erupt, sharp and frantic. Witchcraft. Fear spreads fast, twisting through the crowd. Some cry louder. Bring the healer now. Panic swirls, sharp as the morning wind. She tries to speak, to explain, but her voice falters. Darkness claims her again. A shadow moves quickly. Concern painted over false calm. Steps hurried, hands raised as if nothing is amiss. Smiles hide intent. The crowd watches with unease growing in their hearts. A sharp finger points accusation loud and clear. Your shadow brings trouble. Words echo. Eyes narrow, suspicion sharpened. The shadow raises hands higher, voice pleading. I only came to help. Truly, doubt flickers across the villagers' faces, twisting their trust. A slow, deliberate hand lifts a small cup. Eyes narrow, senses sharp. Sniff, examine, pause. This is not witchcraft, comes the low, measured voice. Words fall like stones. This trap came from careless hands. Explanation stops there. Tension left heavy in the air, questions burning. Eyes flutter, body trembling. She rises slightly. Weak, fragile, but words spill through lips. Someone touched my papers. Someone at the company? Gasps slice through the crowd. Heads turn, whispers, race like fire. The job interview is already dirty. Shock etches every face. Strength gathers where weakness should be. Body strains, limbs shaking. But determination rises. Take me to the interview now. Commands ripple through the crowd. Alarmed cries push back. Child, you cannot even walk. Weak limbs meet bold words. If I stay home, Sefu wins forever. Action flows from her choice, forcing all to move with urgency. Inside the halls of power, whispers rise, soft but sharp. Eyes exchange, words of concern and surprise, passing silently. News spreads quickly. A feint reached the ears of the head. Plans shift, judgments made in haste. A confident shadow steps forward, words smooth, claims bold. She is not serious. She will not come today. Lies spin, sharp and swift. Officers nod, believing order restored, unaware of the storm yet to break. Steps falter, balance wavers, but forward she pushes. Wall gripped for support. Eyes lift, focus, sharp. Every breath counts. Every step a defiance of the fall, of the fear of the night that tried to hold her down. The gates stand wide. The interview hall waiting, silent, patient, ready for the moment. Her courage will meet its test. She stumbles forward, weak legs trembling, yet she stands. Eyes burn with determination. Every step carries the weight of the night, the danger, the challenge. Silence holds for a moment, then sharp words break it. Are you okay? Comes the question, crisp, cutting through the tension. Strength gathers in a trembling voice. She does not answer the question politely. She points her finger sharp, her gaze fierce. Ask him why he touched my papers. The room shifts, whispers crackle, jaws tighten, voices explode. Gasps and murmurs fly from mouth to mouth, eyes widen, chairs creak as the bosses lean forward, confusion and anger mixing like thunder. The air tastes electric. A sharp hand lays two forms on the table. One belongs to her, one belongs to the rival. Fingers tremble as papers are lifted. Eyes dart. The crowd leans in closer, anticipation snapping through the room. On her form, strange handwriting crawls across the page. Each stroke a betrayal. The room freezes. Sefu shouts, loud and raw. She lies. The claim echoes bouncing off walls, but it cannot hide the truth. A calm, cutting voice counters. I saw your hand on my papers last night. Accusation hangs like smoke. Eyes follow the words, searching, judging. The air thickens with tension. A small figure steps forward, courage in miniature. I saw him touching her file this morning, comes the statement, steady and clear. Shock radiates outward. The interviewers stare, disbelief and fury flickering across their faces. More emerges, sharp as a spear. He carried a small white bottle, the witness adds. Silence descends. The room holds its breath. Eyes swing to the culprit. Every gaze a blade. Waiting for an answer, waiting for a reaction, then movement explodes. The guilty one bolts, sudden and desperate, legs carrying him toward freedom. A roar of action rises. Guards block the path, swift and unyielding. He struggles, but strength meets strategy. He is dragged back, resistance failing, pride shattered. Order restores like a river returning to its banks. Words cut through the tension once more. Now we finish this interview properly. Eyes turn toward her. Strength and focus gather around her again. The air hums with expectation. The path forward is open and the challenge waits no longer. She stands before the panel, eyes heavy but spirit sharp. Questions rise like flying arrows, but her answers strike back even faster. Each word is clear. Each thought lands strong. Murmurs shake the room as the panel watches her fight, sleep, and fear at the same time. Yet the fire in her voice refuses to dim. A firm voice cuts through the noise. Courage wins where fear hides. The words settle like a blessing. Heads nod. Pride grows in the air. Even her weak knees cannot hide the strength of her heart. Movement stirs to the side. Officials grip the guilty one. Hands locked around his arms, pulling him forward. His tricks crumble. His lies scatter like dry leaves. The The room watches as he is dragged away for tampering with the papers. Outside, whispers travel faster than wind. His tricks have finished him, the people say. The one who planned trouble now holds it in his own hands. Laughter mixes with shock. Shame walks behind him like a heavy shadow, but joy rises somewhere else. Aunt Mambo lifts her hands high as the villagers surround her. They cheer loud. She fights like a lion. They shout. Her pride glows bright as she stomps the ground with victory. Old Nando steps forward with quiet wisdom. Truth walks, even when the legs are weak, he says. The words fall like rain on dry soil. Every ear listens. Every heart understands. Strength is not only in the body, strength also lives in honesty. She walks home slow but steady, holding the offer letter high. The whole path lights with smiles and cheers. Her victory shines like morning sun. The danger is behind her. The future stands open, and every step she takes sends one message through the land. The truth may fall, but it always rises again. Whispers move through the village like restless wind. People gather in small clusters, shaking heads and clicking tongues. One voice rises. Every step we take has a shadow behind it. Another voice answers. Some shadows follow because of choices. The murmurs grow. Some point toward the path where trouble once walked, warning others not to repeat old mistakes. The whispers grow sharper, louder, pushing the lesson from ear to ear as if the whole village must learn it before night arrives. Eyes turn toward the memory of Sefu. People raise hands, warn the young ones, and shake their heads hard. Jealousy burns faster than fire. A small group repeats it like a drumbeat. Faster than fire. Faster than fire. Then another voice cuts through. Look what it did to Sefu. Look how quick it eats a heart. The young ones glance at each other, gripping their wrappers tighter, as if jealousy itself might jump out and bite them. The old ones push the warning forward. Guard your heart, or fire will guard it for you. Aunt Mambo steps into the open space, lifting her hand high. The youths gather close, waiting for her words. Strength is not the legs, it is the spirit speaking loud. The youths lift their chests a little, but the legs can shake. Someone shouts. The spirit does not, she answers. A few clap. Others nod. Courage spreads through them like warm air after a storm. Aunt Mambo raises her hand again. Stand when your legs fail. Stand with your voice. Stand with your truth. The youths echo her call until it rolls across the village like a chant. Old Nando pushes his staff into the dust and looks around. Truth always finds a door, even when someone tries to lock it. The crowd falls quiet. Even when buried? Someone asks. Even then, hands rise to cover mouths in surprise. Even when hidden under lies. Truth climbs, old Nando replies. The people murmur, remembering secrets once buried deep that rose anyway, sharper than knives. They stand close, almost touching, as if truth itself might walk past them at any moment, searching for light. Kids rush toward Kenna as if carried by one long breath. They circle tight, shouting with wide eyes. You stood strong when you could not stand. Another child jumps forward. You kept your heart brave. Someone else lifts a hand high. You showed us weakness is not the end. Kenna tries to step back, but the kids keep shouting praise like thunder bouncing from tree to tree. Their voices grow so loud even the elders turn their heads, watching the young learn strength from weakness. Old Nando lifts his staff one more time. The whole village turns toward him. His voice falls heavy and clear across every ear. When the sun rises, lies fade, but truth, like daylight, always returns. The people bow their heads. Some whisper the words again so they will not forget. Others straighten their backs as if ready to face whatever truth waits at their door. The staff touches the ground 3 times and the lesson settles deep into the hearts of all who hear it.